Ernest Hemingway once said that the only true sports are motor racing, mountaineering and bullfighting. The rest are mere games. Well, there isn't a mountain or a bullfighting arena to be seen, but there is a track. So let the fourth round of the JK Tyre National Racing Championship in Chennai begin.
The fourth round flagged off amidst much excitement as the cream of the crop rose to the top. Lifting the spirits on a slightly dreary Saturday was the fierce rivalry between young and old in the Indian touring cars, while the favourites continued to scorch the track in the Volkswagen Polo Cup. And adding to the thrill was Donut King Terry Grant as he burnt some serious rubber.
Here at the JK Tyre National Racing Championship, we see people from all walks of life, and I'm very lucky and privileged to have with me the VJ Purab Kohli. Now, what are you doing all the way in Chennai here at the motorsport?
Well, we're participating in the race. There's 4 of us who are actually out on a journey to, it's a show we're doing for Fox History and Traveller. It's called Life Mein Ek Baar. One of the things that we wanted to do in the list of things, one of the episodes is motor racing in Chennai, because this is the heart of it, and the JK Tyre's National Championship is quite a prestigious event, and you have lots of racers from different walks of life taking part here in different categories of racing. So the category that we are doing is the Polo R Cup. We are participating with some crazy young aspiring motor racing drivers. They're wildcats on the track, and it's quite a lot of fun.
I'm sure it's every guy's dream, but what's the experience been like? Because you've obviously been behind the wheel before, but driving a car on regular roads is very different to this.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing I had to break away from, because when you drive on a regular road and you're driving your own car, you're worried about saving your tires, saving your brakes, saving your fuel. When you're driving, you're always driving with that in mind. You're trying to drive as well as possible. But here all those rules get broken, because you're here to just get the best time, and you're trying to get best time. Tires, brakes, don't worry about them. I did a time of 2:14, which was my best time actually in the 2 days. Not good compared to the other drivers, but I think it's quite good considering we've just driven for three practice rounds on the track and then a qualifying round. So I'm 18th on the grid, Bhaskar is 19th. We're better than one racer. We've timed better than him.
Awesome, that's fantastic to see. Now, one quick question before you go, because I know you've been here for a few days now, so this is just to test your knowledge a little bit. When they wave that yellow flag, what does it mean?
Yellow flag is cautioned. Someone's spun out on the track, or there's something that's wrong on the track and you need to stop overtaking. They're waving the flag. If it's stationary, just be cautioned, but you can still continue racing. I know I did the flags well.
Wow, I'm very, very impressed. Well done. Well, we can't wait to see you out there. All the best.
There's one more law. When you see someone in a green jacket, you strap them on the front of your car and you race with them.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. We're on the grid for the first race of the day. It's the Polo R Cup, and on pole position we have Munjal Savla. Now don't forget to look out for our boy Purab Kohli, who's going to show these pros what he's made of.
Apart from Purab, enthusiasts were banking on the skills of Goa lad Avdumba Haider as he closed in on overall leader Vishnu Prasad. Vishnu also had to battle the demons of round 3, which caused him a setback of 10 places on the grid after qualifying. Meanwhile, Pune's Oshan Kotadia's consistent run ensured that he remained third in the running for the crown. But it was Munjal Savla, the young lad from Mumbai, who found himself in pole position. He was followed by Kotadia, Avdumba Haider, Rahil Nurani and Mihir Dhaka. With 3 different winners in 3 rounds so far, race 1 of round 4 was anybody's game. In car number 22, Chennai's Vishnu Prasad was determined to prove that he was the man to beat. But it was the lad from Pune who took the early initiative. Oshan Katadia in car number 14 edged out pole sitter Munjav Savla at the very first corner, and he never looked back. Kotadia led for the majority of the race on the twisting, challenging track at Sri Perumbudur. This legendary track is 3.7 kilometres long and has witnessed more than a decade of Indian motorsports. Close on Ashan's heels was Munjav Savla in car number 6 and Rahil Nurani in car number 20, who was 4th in the driver's standing leading into round 4. Meanwhile, Vishnu Prasad remained steady in his pursuit of a podium finish as the mid-pack was dominated by Alisha Abdullah, Abhinav Aditya Agarwal and Donovan Vas. The fans were treated to guest racer, TV host and actor Purab Kohli in car number 9, all part of the ongoing effort by Volkswagen to attract youngsters and popularise the sport. Speaking of popular, Oshan Katadia was certainly making his way up the ranks, pulling away from the pack and clocking up the fastest lap en route. Munjal Savla, in car number 6, remained in second, followed by Mahir Dhaka, who received a 20-second penalty for a jump start which ultimately cost him a podium finish. As Oshan remained in the lead, a man who usually exerts such dominance was swiftly making his way past his competitors. Vishnu Prasad was steadily making his way up the order after having started 10th on the grid due to a penalty incurred in the last round. Oshan maintained the lead despite swerving wide at a couple of turns. A maiden win loomed ahead for the Pune racer. No such luck, however, for Abhishek Jaswal, who lost his back bumper as he struggled to keep pace. A similar fate awaited Donovan Vaz, who overcame a small collision on track but rejoined the race, albeit losing a few positions on the way. But Oshan paid no heed to the goings-on at the back of the track as he pulled off a start-to-finish lead to claim his first checkered flag of the season.
I just got a very good start, and from there it was no looking back. So I just kept my head down and did clean laps. Last 2 laps, my tyres really started giving way, and that's when I really thought I should back off. And that's when really I was concerned because I had to brake earlier than before. So that was the only point where I had to back off a bit. That's it.
A maiden win for Kotadia in the Volkswagen Polo Cup. He was joined by Munjav Savla in second. Rahil Nurani earned the 3rd spot after Mahir Dhaka was docked 20 seconds for a jump start. So Dhaka dropped to 9th, but a commendable performance from Vishnu Prasad as he made his way to 5th, following his rival Abdumba Haider on the overall standings.
Time for a break, but there's plenty more racing action when we return, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the JK Tyre National Racing Championship. I'm here with Ameya, who's currently 2nd in the Formula LGB Swift. Let's have a little chat to him. So you're running in 2nd place, not too far behind the 1st place?
Yeah, it's 35, the difference. But today I'm in a very good position to close the gap, and that's exactly what I'm looking forward to do.
So how do you think that you're going to do in the race today? Because you're in pole position, and Deepak, who's currently in 1st place, is on 10th position.
I'm just going to go for it. I've got a clear track ahead of me. Hopefully the car doesn't give me any trouble, and probably we can win this one.
All right, well, all the best to you. Let's see how he does.
Pole sitter Ameya Valavaka was followed by Kartik Krishna, who had led a podium sweep for Team TVS Girling in the previous round. Kartik's teammate S. Narendran was 3rd on the grid, followed by Sarosh Hataria, who promised to give us an interesting angle on the race. Meanwhile, championship leader Deepak Ravikumar of Mars Racing was down in 10th on the grid. Fans were eager to see the battle between Mars Racing and TVS Girling erupt on the racetrack as we buckled up for race 1. Overall conditions did not dampen the spirit of racers and fans alike in the Formula LGB Swift category as pole sitter Ameya raced into the lead. It had been a mixed bag of results for the racers so far. A disastrous opening round, followed by a stunning double victory in the 2nd. The 3rd round saw him clinch yet another win, but also another failure to finish. Track conditions being far from perfect with a bit of water and sludge on the track, it took all the drivers' skills and concentration to navigate the treacherous turns and make their own racing lines. But the past was of no consequence to Ameya as the experienced racer cruised into the lead, as witnessed by Sarosh Hataria's flycam. Close on Ameya's heels, or rather wheels, was S. Narendran of the Chennai-based team TVS Girling. The duo pulled away from the pack as a couple of racers fell along the wayside. Most notably, Prashant K, after being slightly edged by Arman Khanna, who himself fell victim to the slippery track a little later on. Amaya Valavaka, however, paid no attention to the conditions, even as special cameraman Sarosh Hataria spun off the track in lap 5. With Amaya fronting the pack, the battle for second waged between teammates S. Narendran and Sandeep Kumar, even as Sarosh made an early exit to the pits. Meanwhile, Chitesh Mandodi in car number 32 was inching closer in 4th place, gunning for a podium spot for himself. The seasoned Amaya continued to set the bar, and his chances improved as his nearest competitor took a plunge. Second in the overall standings, the Mumbaikar boosted his chances of a championship win with yet another first place. And remarkably, Narendran recovered from his slip-up to close in on the second spot. Teammate Sandeep Kumar of TVS Girling completed the trio on the podium. But it was clearly a day for Mars Racing as its top driver, Amaya, made team owner Sarun Vikram very proud indeed. Amaya also managed to reduce the gap at the top of the drivers' standings as overall leader Deepak finished a disappointing 17th. Chitesh Mandodi had to settle for a close 4th, while Kartik Krishna dropped down 3 places to finish on 5th. Chetan K moved up a couple of positions to finish in the top 10. The tracks then cleared as we awaited the Indian Junior Touring Car Series. The season had been dominated by the riveting duel between defending champion B. Balavijay and teen dream Diljit. The top half of the grid was dominated by Chennai lads Feroz Khan, S. Narendran and Emmanuel Gibraj.
Indian junior touring cars are right behind me, and in pole position we have Balavijay.
Within seconds of the start, B. Balavijay and Diljit resumed their tussle on the track, with Diljit pulling ahead briefly before being nudged back by the defending champion. With each of the duo preoccupied with outstaying the other, Feroz Khan of HCZ Racing pulled ahead. Defending champ Balavijay, however, was not to be outdone. He raced ahead with Diljath TS, the overall leader, literally 3 inches behind. But neither could shake off the persistent racer in car number 11. The lead once again changed hands as they edged into the tricky corners at Sri Perumbudur. Feroz Khan of Performance Racing took inspiration from his team name as he pulled ahead of the dueling leaders. 6th in the overall standing, it would have been a welcome boost for the racer in a category that had been a 2-horse race so far. Balavijay and Diljit were left fighting for second as Feroz powered forward. Meanwhile, Diljit's teammate S. Sriram lost precious time as he decided to halt briefly on track. In contrast to Feroz Khan, who pulled into the lead for the final laps and eventually clinched the checkered flag. An impressive win for the Chennai lad as he headed to celebrate his first ever top step on the podium. Diljit TS and Balavijay followed respectively and would remain as such in the drivers' standings with their overall dominance in the category. Balavijay's teammate from Moto Rev India, Emmanuel Gibraj, finished 4th, while another driver from the same team, Gokul Krishna, finished 6th. What weekend of racing would be complete without some thrills and spills? How about we stick to the thrills? Ace International driver Terry Grant, in collaboration with Nissan, received a rousing reception as he showed off his various skills. In particular, the art made popular by a famous movie franchise, drifting.
So all the way from London to Chennai, we're very lucky to have with us professional stuntsman Terry Grant. Thank you so much for joining us. That's a long way from London. Is this your first time here for a racing event?
It is a long way. No, I've been to India before, a couple of years ago. I do a lot of stuff for the Renault Formula One team, and we came and we done a road show up in Delhi, and I performed around India Gate. So one of your iconic landmarks. I've been spinning and making a lot of noise and smoke.
And do you think the JK Tyre National Racing Championship is a good preview for the F1, which is about to happen in India in October?
Yeah, of course. Well, it almost shows It doesn't really matter who you are, you can have a go, which is fantastic. You know, that's what it's about. You know, you've got a big country with a lot of people. There has got to be a lot of natural talent hidden out there, and they need somewhere to showcase it. So an event like this is fantastic. You know, there's some great drivers here. I've watched what they're doing, and I'm sure you've got a country full of great drivers. They just need somewhere to drive and race.
So we do have some great talent here in India, but can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, sure. You know, I've been a stunt driver now for 15 years. Before that, I was a professional race driver. I was very lucky. I learned to drive when I was 8 years old. Both my parents used to race, so I was traveling all around the world with them. They encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do. I wanted to drive, so they taught me to drive. Then I raced, so I raced in the UK, in Europe, then went to America, raced in the States, and then just stumbled on being a stunt driver by accident. I had this secret talent that I'm really, really good at showing off.
Well, we want to see this talent now. Are you ready to suit up and get behind the wheel?
Yeah, you watch, I'll go and crash now I've gone and said that.
No, you won't. We have faith in you. Let's go. What a fine display of burning rubber we just witnessed there with the legendary Terry Grant. Now, while my senses take a break, you take a quick one too, and we'll be right back. See you later. It's always a boost in the arm when more and more new teams come into the foray, like this team from Coimbatore that's joined the bandwagon and done it for all the right reasons, and that is for the love of the sport.
Love, passion, fanaticism, they're words usually associated with cricket in our country, but not necessarily in Coimbatore, which boasts of having produced driving legends like Narain Karthikeyan, Narain Kumar, and of course the late Karivadan.
We started this team for racing to be enjoyable. We wanted racing to be how it was 10, 20 years back. In the earlier days, teams helped each other. If they wanted a particular part, if a team was short of a part, they exchanged parts, helped each other in everything. Over a point, somewhere down the line, the competition got intense and that stopped. Today, when the veterans get together, all they speak about is the fun that they had at that time.
And it was this love for motorsport, nurtured with the values of the good old days, that gave birth to Team Tyre Sport India.
We are 2 races old and we have a long way to go. This is our 3rd race. We're all having fun. We do Honda Cities, the Type 2 2000 to 2003 model, the VTEC. We have 2 drivers on our team. Ram Narayan, he's an experienced driver.
I started racing at the age of 15 and slowly moved my way up. Had my sponsors come in through MRF and JK. And I did a bit of rallying and racing also. Well, friends Rajiv, Krishna and Ron and myself, we started Tiger Sport, and from there on they didn't find a good driver, so they put me back into racing.
Second driver is N. Arjun. He's 17 years old, does not have a street license.
Actually, seven days old on the track, so I'm still getting used to it. Very nice. It's the best feeling ever. Yeah, being in a team is like really amazing because Rajiv uncle is awesome. It's like the best.
The best is what they aim for. There's only one way to do so, and that's from the ground up, ensuring that the next generation takes the right steps.
We'd like to guide more youngsters to do it the right way. A lot of them get misguided. They go onto a forum, read up something, they think they're tuners and drivers. You can't keep youngsters who want to race, you can't stop them. Ideally, we like them to race on the track, not on the road. Don't go kill yourself. Come to the track, get on the track, get on a car. You're safe, you've got a roll cage, you've got a safety belt, you've got your helmet. Safety first. That's what Mr. Karivadan always said. Safety first.
So, with the good old values, Team Tiger looks to build new beginnings and to encourage new champions.
So here we are back on the grid where the Indian touring cars are lining up, and on pole position we have Raj Virdan.
Prime Racing's Raj Virdan was keen to inject some youth into a category that had been dominated by the veterans Radha Selvaraj and B. Vijay Kumar. Second in the overall standings, Raj was followed on the grid by defending champion Siddharth Kishore. Leela Krishnan, who had suddenly emerged as a competitor, was third, followed by C. Rajaram, Radha Selvaraj and Balavijay. The Madras Motorsports track signalled off the Indian touring cars Super Saloons race. From the cluster emerged Raj Vedhan in car number 83, keen to overcome the ghosts of weekends past where he'd blown half a dozen highly tweaked engines. Vedhan blazed into the lead, battling the narrow turning radius. Leela Krishnan steadily climbed to second, the former national rally champion entering this round with consecutive second-place finishes in the previous round. The string of late results, however, left him languishing in overall standings. Although their compatriots struggled, including Balavijay, who went off the track, Raj and Leela maintained the top two and widened the gap. Running third was Siddharth Kishore from Performance Racing in car number 5. Meanwhile, Radha Selvaraj in car number 34 was struggling in 4th place. The current championship leader was trying hard to defend his position as he skillfully navigated his way through the water pools on track. It wasn't enough to quell Raj Vedhan as the racer from Coimbatore completed a start-to-finish victory. He also notched some much-needed points that would inch him closer to the championship.
Started first, finished first, so pretty good, feeling good. I don't know where Radha finished, but I finished first, so I get 25. So yeah, it depends where he finished. I don't know where he finished. But it feels good. It feels good to close in the gap. It is only halfway. This is so we have another 5 more races to go. So let's see how the rest of them goes. I'm ready to take it to the last corner, the last lap, so I'm ready for anything.
The driver from Prime Racing racked up the points, overcoming stiff competition from veteran Leela Krishnan, who secured the second. Siddharth Kishore from Prime Racing completed the trio. Overall leader, the experienced Radha Selvaraj, finished in 4th, followed by C. Rajaram and B. Vijay Kumar. Team Tiger Sports put in a good performance, with drivers finishing at 7th and 10th.
So the sun has set on the first day of the 4th round of the JK Tyre National Racing Championship, but with the break of dawn comes plenty more racing action. So until then, this is me, Shabani, signing off. See you soon. Welcome to the 4th day. B-Swift category, and in pole position we have Bollocks. Ow! Join the bandwagon, and it's done it, and it's done it. That's great English.